Isaac, there you are. Nice to meet you.
You too, Doc.
Okay, so you ready to get started?
Right after I get you something to drink, what are you having?
A drink. The, we're on a Zoom.
Oh, yeah. My bad, old habit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, Dr. Nielsen, what's on your mind?
You're a bartender, aren't you?
Recovering. Is it that obvious?
Yeah, kinda. Listen, Isaac, it is okay to talk about yourself. This is your therapy session. I encourage you just to let it all out.
Maybe this was a bad idea. I've kept a lot in. I don't know if you can handle me letting it all out.
No, Isaac, at this point, you are potentially the most normal patient I've had in ages. Please don't take this away from me. I need you.
You sure?
Very. Sorry, I just. Mm. Uh, so tell me, where did you tend bar?
Oh, on a cruise ship for 10 years. It was the Pacific Princess, but everyone called it the Love Boat.
The Love Boat. Okay. Why is that?
Because love was in the air, big time, baby. With a few of the extra frisky passengers, I'd sometimes slip a shot of penicillin in with their martini, just to keep everyone involved healthy below deck.
Okay. Well, that sounds a little iffy, but I'm not going to take a note. uh, 10 years on a cruise ship. What was that like?
Well, the thing I learned right away is that we had two kinds of passengers, the ones that talked and the ones that just stood around and pretended like they were talking.
Passengers that pretended like they were talking. Okay. Why would they do that?
No idea. But you get used to it. And the good thing is, you didn't have to worry about them. I just passed them an old dirty glass and they pretend to sip from it, smile, and act like they were having the time of their lives.
So you're saying that passengers would come on the ship merely to fake like they were enjoying themselves.
100%. After a while, they just blend into the background. Personally, it seemed like a waste of money to pay for a cruise if you're only going to pretend to have fun. But no complaints here. I mean, easier for me. Now, the passengers that talked, that was another story.
How many of the passengers would talk on a typical cruise?
I probably averaged around a dozen.
And all the other passengers they just pretended to talk?
You got it. So from now on, when I mention a passenger, know it's a talker.
Noted. Mhm.
They were high maintenance. I could be tending bar in the Acapulco Lounge or the Pirates Cove, but if a passenger was on the Lido deck and wanted a drink, I'd have to defy physics and be in that bar too, day or night. I was the only person that served a dang drink on the whole cruise ship. It was exhausting.
Oh, well, I can only imagine.
Something else that was weird is the repeat passengers. I know a lady, a Mrs. Cunningham from Milwaukee. She came on the cruise 14 times. I counted.
Well, I'm sure it's not uncommon for people to take multiple cruises.
Oh, that's not the weird part. She'd come on, and the captain and her would say they were married. Fine. But other times, she'd come on a cruise and claim to be someone completely different. We just acted like we didn't recognize her. I mean, what else can you do? The same with a Mrs. Brady, a lovely lady with a bunch of kids, but every cruise, she was a different person. I saw it happen a lot. Freaky.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Freaky.
Okay, now you've got me started. Here's something that really ticked me off. I never had a chance at a love connection with the white ladies,
Really?
or Asian, or Latin, or a suntan Pacific Islander. But if there was a black lady on board, now we're talking.
Then you'd have a love connection.
Oh, yeah. Well, unless there was another black dude, then forget about it.
Why?
Because he'd always get the lady. One time, a blind brother, I'm telling you, this dude looked like Kunta Kinte's twin. Anyway, he beat me out for a lady that he couldn't even see where she was. Now that's harsh. But in the long run, it didn't really matter. I mean, it would all be over by the end of the cruise anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not saying we hooked up with the passengers every week. Lots of times we played matchmaker among the guests. But if one of us crew members did hook up, we had to end it in time to be single and available to mingle for the next cruise.
Being available to mingle was a rule?
It wasn't written in stone, but it was called the Love Boat for a reason. I mean, now our doc on the ship, he got the ladies all the time. We were dealing with grade A cream of the crop beauty, so no clue how he pulled that one off.
Why?
Doc's all right, but he's never going to be on a Wheaties box, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, what? Tell me about some of the other crew members you were close to.
Well, Gopher was my bestie. Geeky, but you had to love him. Julie was our cruise director. Uh-huh. Yeah, Julie. I said I didn't have a love connection with a white passenger, but you notice I never said that was true about the crew.
So, did you and Julie?
Well, I'm not saying we did, but I'm not saying we didn't. But if we did, I've got no complaints if you're picking up on what I'm throwing down.
Uh, it's subtle, but I think I am.
And of course, Captain Stubing was part of our posse.
Oh, you were friends with the ship's captain. What was he like?
Well, at first he tried to be all gruff and by the book, but I saw right through him. He's a marshmallow softy on the inside. He finally loosened up.
Hmm. Well, it sounds like you were popular.
Yeah, but maybe not so much at the beginning.
Hmm. What do you mean?
Well, when I first came on the ship, I had this wild, ghetto, droopy mustache, like an extra fuzzy caterpillar died on my lip and just hung there.
Okay, it's visually descriptive. Uh, and you had that because
Because I was hip, baby. I got hired in the 70s. I was going through a phase, and once I got the job, I thought everyone liked it. So I kept it. Even Gopher tried to grow one, but he could only grow half.
well, I'm gathering, that is as distinguished as you make it sound, uh, that people didn't really appreciate it.
Times change. I had it for like 2 years. And one day it dawned on me that people weren't looking me in the eye when we talked. They were staring at my mustache like they were afraid it was going to jump off my face and turn into a pool towel. I finally trimmed that sucker up. And you know what?
You found your lip?
100%, Doc. And I got bigger tips.
You know what? Perhaps finding your lip helped you find yourself.
Doc, you're all right. If we were on Zoom, I'd hit up your tip jar.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you, Isaac. And I have PayPal.
Gotta go. Uh, Catch you in the next port. Cheers.
Oh, thank God. Normal person. Well, except for the passengers that didn't talk thing. And the passengers that pretended to be like other people thing. Ow! He tipped me! I'm counting this one as a win.